Yeah,
Huh?
done.
Mr. Saeed, are you there?
Yes. Now it is recording, please. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Right. Would you please have the first slide? It's the agenda of our presentation today. Okay, can we move on to the first slide? Okay, are we there? Okay, so the agenda today, it's about lesson planning, and it's about the definition of lesson planning. It's about the challenges that face us as teachers, and it's about the differences between lesson planning online and in-person classes, and how can we prepare the plans using and how to create positive learning environment in the pandemic using lesson plans mainly over the internet. Okay, so now this is the third slide. Well, okay. Well, what can you see here? What can you see in this picture?
It's a compass.
We can see the
Okay, it's a
directions,
compass.
the main direction or
Direction,
the compass.
a compass.
Okay, but what's the relationship between the compass here and lesson planning?
It clarifies the directions for us in order not to get lost.
Okay, so
A compass leads us through a road map.
okay, so this is perfect. It's a roadmap. So for us, a lesson plan is a detailed description of the course instruction or learning trajectory for a lesson. A daily lesson plan is developed by a teacher to guide class learning. Details may vary depending on the preference of the teacher, subject being covered and the needs of the students. So through this very simple definition, can you define the term lesson planning?
Definition is
I'm sorry, can you please speak up?
yes. Hello.
Hello, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Can you please speak up?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Lesson planning is all about preparation so that you can put in place what is required so that you can be effective and interactive with your students. You plan the lesson so that it's going to be beneficial for all of you, for you and
Okay.
your students. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Do we have something else to add?
Yes.
Okay.
A lesson plan is a process that involves three stages of the lesson: presentation, practice, production. And
Okay.
in the lesson plan, we have to. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part. Would you please repeat this again? Hello?
Yes.
I'm sorry, would you please repeat this
Can I
again?
say the answer
The
again?
last part. Okay.
Yes. Okay, the lesson plan is a process that involves the three stages of the lesson: pre-plan, at the stage about what to include in the lesson, select the resources and the materials related to the lesson while considering the lesson objectives and students' needs.
Okay. So now you're talking about the components that we have to take care of once we are planning a lesson, right? So would you please tell me how many types of lesson plans do we have? How many types of lesson plans do we have? Well, this is a
Sorry,
question
can
for
you repeat
everyone.
this again?
How many types of lesson plans do we have? The ones that we are familiar with.
Dr. Shirin, do you mean that it is the actual plan or the written lesson plan and the electronic lesson plan?
Well, you're talking about types now, Mr. Saeed?
As far as I could understand.
Okay. I'm talking about the nature of the lesson plan itself. That is, that you work on before going to the class. What's the nature of this lesson plan? Well, is it written? Is it oral? Is it detailed or not? So what do you think?
Dr. Shirin, could you
I
let
guess
me
it's
make an
delivery.
announcement?
I think it's delivery.
I'm sorry?
Could you let me make an announcement, please? Because
Okay,
this session will end in 10 minutes. And if the session ends, please, you can rejoin the meeting again with the same link. Okay? That's for everyone. Please use the same link to rejoin the session again. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay.
So, well, what I mean by the types of lesson planning here, I'm talking about the nature of the lesson plan itself. Okay. Well, do you prepare it written, or you just depend on having some slides, or you have it? Do you have it detailed or just semi-detailed? Okay, here we have Mr. Muhammad Abdurazik. He says it's 3 written, mental, and tools. Well, Mr. Muhammad, would you please explain what you mean by mental? Mr. Muhammad, can you hear me? Okay, so I'm just going to take the easy part, which is the detailed and the semi-detailed. For those who have, well, do we have anyone who have CILTA? Hello, guys. Does anyone have the CILTA?
What is it? So I have no idea.
Well, CILTA is a special certificate actually that teachers take, and it's worldwide. Okay. It's
Yes.
known worldwide, and makes you certified to teach everywhere all over the world.
Okay, it is the acronym of.
Well, let's search for that certificate. Huh?
Of English language teaching.
Okay. What's the A? When
Uh,
Nisreen, are you there?
Association.
Nisreen.
Okay. Or.
Okay. This is an acronym. This is an acronym.
I
Okay.
know.
Well, I'll give it to you as an assignment till the end of the session here. Well, you're going to go through the internet and surf the internet and find what do these letters stand for. Okay.
All right.
But if you have the CILTA, actually you're going to find that they care a lot about lesson planning, and their lesson plans are very, very much detailed. Okay. They care a lot about the details of everything that you're going to say in the class with the students. Okay.
All right.
So if I'm going to talk about the types, so I'm just going to keep it to the detailed and the semi-detailed, okay? But here we have a question. What are the kind of challenges facing us when it comes to lesson planning? I just need you to think now of the challenges.
Can I take?
Okay.
First of all, identifying the suitable strategies for addressing the students.
Okay.
Sometimes the content may be so challenging I can't deal with it. Sometimes the type of learners themselves, their age may be challenging, their age sometimes. So sometimes I can't find the suitable strategies. Sometimes I can find the suitable activities or games to address certain ages.
Okay, perfect. Okay, do we have other challenges to add? More challenges?
Yeah, the challenge to satisfy all the students. It is very difficult to have a plan that is going to be a perfect fit for everyone.
Okay, you're talking about their needs or their styles or what?
The needs.
Uh-huh. So what kind of needs do you expect from your learners that are going to affect your lesson planning?
how to succeed, or I mean how to raise their interest, how they can be motivated. So the needs being not knowing what they really want.
Okay, and this is very important for us actually as teachers. What should we do before we start this kind of lesson planning?
To assess the needs, I guess.
Okay, so many times actually we have this kind of needs analysis. Through the needs analysis, we decide the kind of needs that we're going to work on. And out of these needs, what do we, you know, have? What's the outcome of these needs or knowing the needs?
Yes, can
yes.
I add? Maybe we may know the learning outcomes we want to achieve.
Perfect. Actually, this is my point. Okay.
Yes. So we can deal with each learning outcome and the assessment, how to assess these outcomes in order to know whether they achieved or not, and such as teaching aids suitable for and the exercise techniques to follow.
Okay, so thank you so much, Minna, for this perfect input, and Mr. Pezimana, right?
You're welcome.
Yes, right.
Okay,
okay,
now
can I add something?
Yes,
CELTA is the certificate in English language teaching to others. It's
thank
certified
you
from Cambridge.
Okay, thank you so much, Minna. Okay, so now I think that you know the acronym of CELTA. Okay, now we have the instructor's roadmap of what students need to learn. Okay, so I need to know what do I want the students to learn, and what teaching and learning activities I will use, and how will I check for understanding. Well, this is very simple, but as you mentioned, we have many more actually to think of when we are lesson planning. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the needs, the background. So we have to know what they already know and what can they do in the future. Okay, we have also the learning objectives and the outcomes, because these will be decided through knowing the needs. So you have to go through the class profile, you have to start working on your classroom management techniques, you have to go through the stages of the lesson 2. Well, we're going to go to the stages here, but I just need to go through the rest very fast. We have the procedures, the sequence, the mode of interaction, the assessment. Of course, we're going to add the tech tools, okay, which is very, very important, and the activities and aids. Here, someone, okay, Minna mentioned the motivation. Okay, we have the techniques, the motivation, the activities. I think that the slide here covers all, but where is motivation here? Where does motivation lie in all these components? Yes, we have timing too, but what about motivation? In which part here you're going to stress motivation and work on it? How are you going to motivate your students to be involved and engaged in the class?
Okay, can I add? Okay.
Yes. Okay, yalla. Everybody, please go on.
You motivate your learners once they give right or correct answers. Once they share their opinion, whether correct or not, you can motivate them either cases and give them a positive feedback.
So are you talking here about correcting mistakes? Okay, can you call this error correction?
No, not error correction. I'm just motivating them to move and give and be engaged into the lesson. Share their opinions, share with peers, with their peers, and different strategies and different activities. Okay.
Okay, so okay, now we have something tangible. It's activities. So through the activities actually that you can start motivating your students to be fully engaged into the class.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So your activities must be interactive
and engaging,
funny, interesting.
Yes, engaging, motivating.
Okay. Okay, all these are kind of the tools of motivation that you can have as a teacher inside your class. Okay. What about the
So,
feedback? Can the feedback be
As a
motivating?
matter of motivation, we can use the warm-up as a matter of motivation.
Yes.
In the
So from the
beginning of
beginning,
the
actually, you can
class.
use the icebreakers, you can use the warmers, you can use